Have you ever felt like the entire universe is trying to tell you something, but in silence? As if, in the last few days, an invisible force has been awakening within you, intense, uncontrollable, profound. If you are a Scorpio, this feeling is not random. December brings a rare celestial movement where spiritual portals open precisely for those who carry the mark of transformation. Scorpio is not just a zodiac sign, it's an ancestral code. It is a symbol of rebirth, mystery, and hidden power. It is the energy that faces symbolic death to emerge even stronger, like someone who dominates their own destiny. This month, the Dance of the Stars activates a unique frequency for Scorpios. Mars, your ruling planet, aligns with configurations that reveal dormant gifts, spiritual gifts that few know about, but that have always been part of your journey. Have you ever realized that you feel what no one else feels? That carries premonitions, intense dreams, and an almost supernatural connection with the invisible? This is not a weakness. It is part of your cosmic heritage. And now, in December, that inheritance is being activated. So you may be feeling more intensity, more sensitivity, more intuitions coming in waves. We are talking about a rare opportunity, a spiritual calling that manifests itself through the heavens, and that only Scorpio has the real capacity to absorb and understand. What if I told you that your pain was not in vain, that your losses and cycles of rebirth were training for something greater, which begins right now? Before continuing, comment below if you have also felt this in the last few days. Your testimony may awaken another Scorpio soul who, like you, is beginning to remember. Comment here, I feel this, or this message found me at the right time. Your experience may be the wake-up call that someone else has been waiting for. Scorpios carry this power to influence silently, to transform by presence, to heal by example, and that's why understanding what's happening now in heaven is more than astrology. It's spiritual survival. This knowledge is not entertainment. It is guidance. It's revelation. And the more you understand your nature, the more you activate the gifts that were dormant within you from the beginning. So don't let this video pass as just another one. It could be the turning point in your journey. If this content makes sense to you, leave your like now, not only to strengthen the channel, but to show the algorithm that this type of message needs to reach more Scorpios right now. And if you haven't registered yet, sign up now. Scorpio's spiritual journey is just beginning, and in the next revelations, we will delve deeper into each activated gift, each sign, each proof of why you were never ordinary. Your presence here is already a sign that something greater is guiding you. So activate the bell so you don't miss the next chapters of this celestial dance. Because when the heavens speak, Scorpio feels it. And now it's time to listen. Have you ever felt like something invisible is changing inside you, but you can't explain what it is? As if a silent presence is rearranging everything within your energy field, your emotions, your thoughts, even your dreams. Scorpios feel this more intensely than any other sign, and it's no wonder. This happens because you are deeply connected with cycles of death and rebirth, which are not just symbolic. They are ancestral spiritual codes that are engraved in your essence. And in December, when the sky moves in a specific way, these codes activate as if awakened by a divine password. Right now, as you hear these words, there is a spiritual frequency crossing the earth, a vibration that seems to stir everything that was dormant. Mars, your ruling planet, enters a different state of vibration, in contact with astrological energies that drive internal transformation. And this is not just an astrological theory, it is a lived experience, felt in the flesh, in the spirit, in the soul. That's why you may have noticed in the last few days a greater emotional intensity, sensations that you don't know how to name, perhaps even a strange tiredness, as if you were holding something that is not just yours. And you are. Because Scorpio is the sign that carries collective energy. You feel what others don't feel. You see what others don't see. You sense what hasn't even arrived yet. And this is one of your most profound spiritual gifts, emotional clairvoyance. You don't need words to understand what's happening around you. Your spiritual body already captures. Your field already translates. This is a gift. But like every gift, it comes with responsibility. That's why, when you don't understand this process, when you try to be normal, live like others live, pretend you don't feel what you feel, you start to love Acer inside. Scorpio is ruled by the 8th astrological house, the house of deep transformations, sexuality, symbolic death, energetic inheritance. This means you were born with a kind of spiritual mission that cannot be ignored. Your soul was shaped by strong, intense experiences, and none of it was for nothing. Everything you went through, losses, new beginnings, abandonment, betrayals, silent pain, was spiritual training. What you feel, this feeling that something inside you is changing, is precisely the reflection of this preparation. Now, during this celestial phase of December, there is a profound activation happening on the spiritual plane. Heaven is opening ways for Scorpio to finally reveal the gifts that were dormant for protection, because many of you weren't ready yet, not because of a lack of capacity, but because the world around them was not yet tuned to the same frequency. But this is changing, and those who are Scorpios are noticing. You feel like you need to change your environment, move away from certain people, be more silent. This is not isolation. It is energetic protection. There is something very important for you to understand right now. Scorpio has the ability to pass through portals. And these portals are not just astral. They are emotional, energetic, psychic. You move between layers that most people don't even know exist. You absorb pain from the environment, intuitions from people close to you, spiritual alerts. And when you are not aware of this, these sensations accumulate, becoming anguish, anxiety, insomnia. But when you recognize your spiritual nature, everything changes. You understand that pain is not a punishment, but a sign. You learn to use this sensitivity as a radar, as a compass. Another gift that strongly awakens in you in this cycle is that of transmutation. While other people sink in the face of losses, you are reborn. Scorpio is not easily knocked down. You have fallen so many times, but you have always rebuilt yourself with more strength, with more clarity, with more presence. This is spiritual. This is divine. And even when no one recognizes you, even when you seem invisible to the world, the spiritual plane sees. Your guides see. Your ancestors know. They whisper your way, and you feel it. It's that intuition that no one understands, that gut feeling that saves you. And all of this intensifies when heaven activates portals of revelation. Like now, Scorpio, right now, is receiving more signals than ever before. In dreams, in conversations, in numbers that repeat themselves, in songs that play out of nowhere, in random encounters. None of this is random. Everything is code, and you are being called to decipher these signs, to assume your spiritual position, not as a title, but as a responsibility, not as an ego, but as a mission. Because when Scorpio awakens, it illuminates what was hidden. He reveals what no one else has the courage to see. Have you ever noticed that it's always you who notices heavy energies first? That you walk into a place and know without anyone telling you that something there isn't right? You have the gift of energy reading, and this intensifies in periods like this, where the veils are thinner. December opens spiritual channels, and the prepared Scorpio feels this as a calling, like an invisible push to change course, to review relationships, to take better care of your own energy. And that's not paranoia, it's spiritual instinct. Additionally, another gift being activated is that of occult healing. Scorpio heals in silence, heals with looks, with presence, with listening. Often the people around you don't understand why they feel better around you, but they do. It's because you are a channel. But when this channel is dirty with unworked pain, unresolved hurt, or repressed guilt, it begins to block its own paths. That's why this moment is so important. It's time to clear the field. It's time to understand that you are not alone, that what you feel is real, that your gifts are not exaggerations. And that's why I invite you now to not just watch but to participate. Share here in the comments if you have noticed these internal changes. If something in you is awakening, write, "I feel this," or "This message found me at the right time." Your comment may validate the journey of another Scorpio who, right now, is also struggling to understand everything they are feeling. And don't forget, if this message made sense to you, leave your like now. This helps this content reach more people who need to hear this revelation. Subscribe to the channel to continue receiving these messages that don't just come from me. They come from the source. They come from the sky. They come from what connects you to what is greater. And activate the bell because the next video will go even deeper into what is being revealed now. Don't stop here. Your spiritual journey is just beginning, and everything you've been through so far has been preparation. If you're here until now, no, it's by chance. There is a synchronicity involved in all of this. Maybe you clicked on this video without even really understanding why, or maybe you felt like the title spoke directly to you, and he really spoke. Because when the sky moves precisely like it does now, and when this message reaches an awakened, or about to awaken, Scorpio, the call is not symbolic, it is energetic. It pulses, it vibrates inside your chest, and no matter how much you try to rationalize what you're feeling, there's something much deeper pulling you inside, as if the truth is behind a curtain that begins little by little to open. That's why now is the time to listen carefully with presence, with a clean heart. During this December cycle, water signs, especially Scorpio, receive a concentrated spiritual energetic charge. It's not any influence, it is a type of silent summoning that manifests itself through apparently simple sensations: an untimely chill, a feeling of alertness when waking up, a dream with messages that you cannot forget, one synchronicity after another, a sudden desire to change path or cut people out of your life. And the most curious thing is that even if you try to resist, even if you want to keep up appearances, your soul already knows. She recognizes the calling. What heaven is doing now is activating the so-called hidden codes that were dormant in your consciousness. These codes are parts of your spiritual mission, your ancestral memories, the gifts you brought from other existences, gifts that, for spiritual security, were veiled until you were ready. And everything indicates that this ready has arrived. Not ready in the sense of perfection, but of awareness. Because you've already experienced too much pain, you've died inside more than once, and now you carry within you a type of energetic maturity that you can't learn from books. Scorpio is a sign that deals with extremes: life and death, light and shadow, desire and destruction, presence and absence. Have you ever noticed how many of your experiences are all or nothing? This happens because you didn't come to live half-heartedly, and when you try to fit into shallow places, your energy conflicts. That's why you're often called too intense, dramatic, difficult to deal with, when in fact, you're just living deeply what others don't have the courage to face. And now, in this cosmic moment, the universe is saying, it's time to stop diminishing yourself. It's time to remember who you are. The gift of regeneration is one of the most powerful in Scorpio. While others give up, you reinvent yourself. While many run away from pain, you go through. This ability to face your own shadow is exactly what gives you spiritual authority. Scorpio is an initiatory sign. In many esoteric traditions, it is seen as the guardian of portals of transformation. And what is happening now, with the movement of the planets in December, is exactly that, an activation of internal portals. The universe is testing who is ready to cross over, but the crossing requires something. It demands letting go of the old. And this is not easy, especially for Scorpio, who connects emotionally intensely with everything they love, with everything they give energy to. Therefore, this moment can also bring identity crises, a feeling that you are losing parts of yourself, doubts, and emotional confusion. But understand, it's not a loss. It's an update. It's your spirit making space for the new cycle, and the new cycle requires you to access your spiritual gifts with more clarity and responsibility. One of the strongest gifts being activated right now is that of empathic intuition. It's not just feeling, it's absorbing, processing, and translating. You notice pain in people that they don't even recognize. You feel when someone is lying, even if they are smiling. You capture truths in silence, and often, he blames himself for it. He thinks he is imagining too much, that he is too sensitive. But the truth is that you are seeing what is hidden. This is not an exaggeration. It is spiritual vision. It's sharp sensitivity. This gift, when not understood, can lead you to isolation. But when it is owned, it becomes a powerful tool for guiding others. That's why many Scorpios end up becoming healers, therapists, teachers, mentors, even without having that name. Just the fact that you are there, whole, truly listening, already changes the other person's perspective, and you know it. Because many people have told you, I don't know why, but I feel better around you. This is no coincidence. It's an energy field. It's a gift. During this December cycle, what the universe is asking of you is presence. Stop running away from your depth. Stop thinking you need to adapt to the world to be accepted. The world is in transition, and it is people like you who have come to anchor the changes. But for that, you need to be whole, need to be an connection with your own energy. You need to remember who you are beyond the pain, beyond the masks, beyond the stories they told you. So listen to this feeling that is vibrating inside you, that silent call that says, "It is now." You are being aligned with your spiritual mission, and it doesn't require you to become someone else. It requires you to stop denying your essence. If you've come this far and felt that this message spoke to you, it's because it did. This is not just a video. It is an energetic mirror, a code that only those who vibrate at the same frequency are capable of understanding. And if you understood, if you felt it, then comment now below, "I accept my hidden power," or "I recognize who I am." Write down what you felt, or share a recent experience where you noticed this activation happening. If this content helped you better understand what is going on inside you, leave a like now, not only as support, but as a way of saying to the universe, "I receive this revelation." And if you are not yet subscribed, subscribe to the channel now. Activate the bell, because in the next video we will dive even deeper into what it means to be a channel of spiritual transmutation, something that only Scorpio understands, with the body, with the blood, with the soul. In the comments, if you want, also write a sentence that represents your current moment. It could be, "I'm remembering who I am," "My energy is changing," or "I feel called." Use your truth as a spiritual seal. Your energy could be the activation someone needed to awaken. In this moment when you are listening to me, the sky is moving. And these movements are not just physical or astronomical, they are spiritual. Each alignment, each planetary aspect, each transition in the zodiac is like a cosmic gear that activates invisible forces, but deeply felt by those who carry spiritual sensitivity. And Scorpio, as one of the signs most connected with what is beyond matter, feels this impact directly, intensely, almost like a force that enters the chest and reverberates in the soul. The month of December arrives with a different invitation for Scorpios. It's as if the universe said, "Now you will remember. Now you will feel stronger. Now you will need to look inside without filters." This happens because Mars, the planet that rules Scorpio, is crossing an energetic zone known to the ancients as a point of purification and activation. It is as if this planet, which represents your life force, your action, and your deepest energetic identity, is undergoing a kind of celestial initiation. And when the ruling planet of a sign enters this type of movement, everyone born under that vibration is affected on a physical, emotional, and spiritual level. Mars in December isn't just transiting, it is being realigned. It is in contact with sensitive points in the sky, receiving influxes of energy that affect the cellular memories of the Scorpio collective. This manifests itself in many forms, in vivid dreams, in old memories that return, in feelings of inner urgency, in sudden revelations about situations that previously seemed confusing, and mainly in an almost uncontrollable desire to break with patterns, with people, with routines that no longer vibrate with your new energy. And it's not just Mars. The lunar nodes, which represent the axis of destiny and soul mission, are also active during this period. And when the nodes align tensely or precisely with your sign, what is at stake is not the ordinary day-to-day life, but the path of your soul. The South Node, often linked to old karmas and the spiritual past, touches sensitive points in Scorpio, asking you to let old bonds that are keeping your energy trapped die. The North Node, in turn, points to what you came to become, what you are being called to activate with courage. This celestial dance is not light, but it is necessary, because Scorpio does not evolve through tranquility, but through the intensity of experiences. It is in the chaos that you find clarity. It is in the deepest silence that you hear the truest answers. And this phase of heaven brings precisely this type of challenge, an inevitable inner dive, an energetic purification that will make you face old wounds to transform them into spiritual power. Many Scorpios report during this period feelings of exhaustion for no apparent reason. Others say they are more irritated, impatient, as if their souls are tight. And this is not a defect, it is not a weakness. It is your spiritual body reacting to a real movement on the celestial plane. When Mars is activated in this way, everything that was stored in the unconscious begins to come to the surface. Emotions that were swallowed, decisions postponed, perceptions that were previously blurred gain clarity. And along with that comes discomfort. Because if there's one thing Scorpio knows, it's that the truth, and it hurts before it releases. The most important thing now is that you understand what is happening consciously. Because when you understand the movement of the sky, you stop feeling lost or attacked by life. You understand that you are being led, even when everything seems out of control. What is happening in heaven right now is a call for alignment. Mars, the ruler of your courage, is asking you to take a stand. May you say no where you are violating yourself to fit in. May you say yes where your soul vibrates, even if it seems crazy in the eyes of others. And there is another crucial astrological point happening right now. The transit of Pluto, which is also ruler of Scorpio in a more spiritual sphere. Pluto is the planet of death and rebirth. He is completing a collective cycle and opening a new energy paradigm. And all Scorpios, through vibrational resonance, feel this as if it were something personal. It's as if the whole world was going through a tunnel, and Scorpio was the first to see the light up ahead, but also the first to feel the weight of the crossing. This Scorpio sensitivity is often misunderstood, even by those who experience it, but it is exactly what connects you to greater forces. It's what makes you notice the signs before anyone else, that you understand when a phase is ending, even if no one told you. And in this December cycle, the sky is telling you, with all the silent letters, you are changing, the earth is changing, and you are one of the catalysts of this transformation. Your spiritual mission, now more than ever, is being activated, but it can only flourish if you honor the movements that are happening. And honoring here means allowing, allow to feel, allow to clean, allow to let go, and most importantly, allow the gifts that were stored within you to begin to be used consciously. Intuition, perception beyond time, the capacity for regeneration, deep spiritual vision, connection with the cycles of nature, premonitory dreams. All of this is being tuned as a spiritual antenna. Maybe you're wondering how to use this in practice. The answer starts with presence. When you connect with the truth of heaven, you begin to notice how the movements up there are reflections of your own inner movements. Every time Mars touches a sacred point, you feel the urgency to act. Every time the nodes change your trajectory, you feel an identity crisis. And that's natural, because you are not separate from the universe. You are part of the dance. This December celestial dance is like a rite of passage. It requires awareness, dedication, courage, and you, as a Scorpio, have all these keys within you. Don't feel like you need to understand everything with your mind. What is happening now is to be felt, experienced, processed in layers. Many revelations will come little by little. Many answers will come in silence. But everything that is happening is to take you to a higher state of spiritual presence and power. If you are feeling this quickening, this discomfort, this growing intuition, then you are already connected to what the sky is trying to show you. Trust the sensations. Trust your subtle reading. Trust your own process. And if you want to seal this connection, write in the comments now, I am aligned with the dance of the sky, or I receive this activation with consciousness. You can also share a feeling, a dream, a synchronicity that you have experienced in the last few days. If this content helped you understand what is happening, leave a like now. This helps not only the channel, but also the algorithm to show this message to more people who need to understand their own journey. And of course, if you're not already registered, sign up now. Because in the next video, we will explore even more deeply what Mars and Pluto are revealing about the spiritual future of those born under the Scorpio seal. If you felt that this video touched you, write below, I move with the sky, or I feel like I am being guided. Your words may be exactly what another Scorpio needs to read to remember they are not alone. Do you feel like something is dying inside you, but that new strength is being born? This question, as simple as it may seem, resonates deeply in the hearts of those who carry the Scorpio archetype, because Scorpio doesn't go through life just existing, it goes through realities, lives and dies 1,000 times within the same body. It feels like layers that most people can't even name. And in this current moment, With the sky pulsing in rhythms of revelation, many Scorpios are feeling a kind of inner disintegration, as if something old was falling apart, and at the same time something new, still formless, still nameless, was wanting to be born. This is not just psychological, it's spiritual, and it is important that you understand that these internal symptoms, these emotional swings and this feeling of existential confusion are part of a real activation that is happening now. Your spirit is being called to emerge with gifts that have always been there, but are now being refined, awakened, directed towards a greater function. Scorpio, more than any other sign, carries spiritual gifts that only manifest when the soul goes through a specific type of energetic maturation. And that's what's happening now. You're maturing spiritually to finally use these gifts consciously. One of Scorpio's most striking gifts is that of transmutation. And here, when we talk about transmuting, we are not talking about something symbolic or poetic. We are talking about a literal energetic capacity. You feel the pain, absorb the trauma, process it internally, and somehow it comes out of you transformed into light, into wisdom, into guidance. Often you experience difficult situations not only because of karma, but because your field has the ability to pull certain densities from the environment and neutralize them. This can feel unfair, tiring, and is often lonely. But it is a gift, a calling of the soul, and the more you understand how it works, the lighter you begin to feel within this process. Another very strong, spiritual gift that is being activated now is emotional clairvoyance. And here we are not talking about traditional clairvoyance, where you see images or scenes. Scorpio sees through feeling. It's as if a Scorpio's emotional body were a highly refined radar, capable of capturing moods, hidden intentions, disguised lies, hidden pain in others. You feel it before you know it. You understand before you hear. And this often causes you anguish, especially when no one around you validates what you perceived. But this emotional sensitivity is actually one of the most precious tools you have. She guides you. She protects you. It connects you with the hidden truth in situations. There is also the channeling of dense energies, perhaps one of the most challenging gifts to deal with. Scorpio can access layers of reality that many avoid. This means you can walk into rooms and feel the weight of what no one has named. You can talk to someone and realize the pain that is being hidden behind the smile. You can even dream about events that are yet to happen, because your energy field is constantly reading the world around you. This gift requires you to take great care of your physical body, your personal space, and your energy. Because channeling is different from charging. You are here to transform, not to get sick from what you absorb. And this requires awareness, an energy cleansing routine, protection rituals, moments of deep silence and solitude, where you can reorganize what enters and leaves your field. And of course, we couldn't forget to talk about his best-known gift, constant rebirth. Scorpio is the sign of the phoenix. You've lost things you thought you couldn't bear to lose. You've already been pushed to rock bottom by situations that seem to destroy you. You've had to start from scratch in places where no one knew you, after being betrayed, rejected, abandoned, or underestimated. But you survived. And not only did you survive, you came back stronger, more aware, more prepared. And this ability to rise from the ashes is no ordinary skill. It is a profound spiritual gift, which has an impact not only on your life, but on the lives of those around you. Because each time you are reborn, you send a silent message to the collective field. It is possible to overcome pain. It is possible to return. It is possible to rebuild. These gifts are not theoretical. They are lived experiences, sacred scars, spiritual trials overcome. And now, with the celestial dance of December opening portals of activation, you are being called to step into these gifts more clearly. They are not errors in your system. They are the structure of your purpose. And the more you resist this, the more the universe pushes you with crises, losses, and cuts. Because there is no more time to deny who you came to be. And to deny your gifts at this moment is to close your eyes to the path that is already illuminated before you. You may be feeling inexplicable tiredness, a silent call to get away from everything and everyone, an urgent need for silence, cleanliness, solitude. Listen to this. Don't ignore it. This is your spiritual system organizing itself to support the next phase of your mission. The gift of channeling, regeneration, and vision needs internal space to flourish, and sometimes this requires you to let go of distractions, noise, and relationships that drain your energy, not for arrogance, but for energetic survival. You are being tuned like a spiritual instrument, and that hurts, because it requires you to look at your shadows honestly. God, who faces his sorrows with compassion, who forgives what seemed unforgivable, not for others, but so that his energy can circulate freely again. Your light cannot flow if it is blocked by anger, by pride, by guilt, and the universe knows this. Therefore, in this cycle, you may feel like you are being tested in all areas, emotional, spiritual, relational, but know that it is not punishment. It's calibration. Everything you are feeling right now, the sensitivity, the restlessness, the intense dreams, the repetitive signals, is preparing you for a new cycle of spiritual expression. And if you allow it, if you accept this activation, your gifts will begin to manifest more strongly. You will notice that your intuition will become more accurate, that your words will start to touch people more, that your meetings will have more meaning, and that your presence will naturally begin to heal. If something inside you recognized everything that has been said so far, then write in the comments now, "My gifts are awakening," or "I am reborn with consciousness." You can also share a recent experience where you noticed your intuition acting, or where you felt something invisible guided you. Your report could be the confirmation that someone else needed to understand that they are also going through the same process. Leave a like if this content helped you better understand your spiritual nature. This strengthens the channel and allows this message to reach more Scorpios and spiritual seekers who, like you, are awakening to their true mission. If you are not yet registered, sign up now and activate the bell, because in the next videos, we will delve even deeper into these gifts and how to use them in your daily spiritual life with wisdom, protection, and purpose. You are not alone on this journey. We are walking together. You are the sign that feels the most deeply. This phrase may seem simple, but it carries a profound truth that few truly understand. Scorpio doesn't feel like other signs do. What for many is just an experience, for you, it is a dive. What for others is a temporary inconvenience, for you, it is an ancestral wound opening again. But it's not about weakness, it's about depth. Scorpio didn't come to float on the surface of life. It came to dive to the depths of the invisible and return from there with truths that few have the courage to face. And that's why your wounds are not common. They are not light. Scorpio carries soul marks that were forged in intense experiences, which completely changed the course of their history. Wounds that often have no words to explain. You have been marked by situations of abandonment, betrayal, unexpected losses, exclusion, silence. Maybe you've already trusted someone who turned their back on you when you needed it most. Maybe you felt like no one saw you, even when you were screaming inside. Perhaps you have already gone through phases where it seemed like you were carrying the weight of several lives in one body. These experiences were not just painful, they were initiatory. Every pain you went through, every loss that broke you, every silent rebirth you faced was not in vain. Scorpio is a sign that was chosen to transform pain into wisdom, and this requires you to get to know it closely. That's why the universe made you feel so much. That's why you gave so much of yourself. That's why it seems that at times, life has pushed you to the limit of what a human being is capable of supporting. But this is not a punishment. It's preparation. Scorpio's spiritual wounds have a function. They open portals. When you feel the pain of a profound loss, you also touch dimensions of love that few know about. When you are betrayed, you learn to trust again, but this time in something greater, in your intuition, in your inner guide, in your invisible forces. When you face abandonment, you discover spiritual self-sufficiency, the presence of your ancestors, the strength of your connection with the subtle plane. Scorpio is the alchemist of the zodiac, not because he reads magic books, but because he experiences magic in the practice of internal transformation. Your wounds are sacred cauldrons where you mix pain, silence, anger, and surrender, and from there a new being is born. So, even when no one understands what you're going through, even when everything seems to fall apart, something inside you knows, this will shape you, this will change you, this will make you rise with more truth. This consciousness is spiritual, and it only becomes accessible when you start looking at your wounds with reverence. Yes, reverence. Because these pains were not accidents. They were tools. They were learning paths that no school or book could offer you. You learned in practice, with your heart exposed. And that's why your wisdom is different. It's not theoretical. It's read. It's lived. Do you know how is to lose? You know what it's like to start over. You know what it's like to be judged for feeling too much. You know what it's like to be seen as someone who is difficult, when in reality you're just processing emotions that others don't even have the courage to admit they feel. But this entire journey has given you something that cannot be bought, taught, or faked: energetic authority. You have spiritual authority because you faced your own demons, looked into the mirror of your soul, and continued. And now, in this current cycle, in which heaven is activating hidden memories, gifts, and purposes, your wounds are also being revisited, not to hurt you again, but so that you can finally understand them with spiritual maturity. It's as if the universe said, look at this again, but now with the eyes of someone who survived. Look at it again, but now with a healed heart. Look at this again, and see how much you've grown. It is at this point that many Scorpios feel a mix of emotions, a kind of longing for who they were, but also a silent gratitude for having made it this far. Because even though life was hard, you were never a victim. You have been initiated, and he is now being called upon to use all of this as a tool. Your story has value. Your pain has lessons. Your losses prepared you to occupy a place of spiritual depth that many seek, but few sustain. That's why it's so important that you validate what you experienced. May he recognize the courage he had. May you accept the process that shaped you. Spiritual wounds are not just marks. They are sacred symbols. They are like living runes etched into your field. They give you access to layers of existence that no one else can access. But this only works when you choose not to hide those scars anymore, when you decide to use them as a map. Scorpio is a master of regeneration, but before regenerating, it is necessary to accept what was broken. And at this point in the journey, acceptance is the gateway. Accept that you have been hurt. Accept that you trusted someone you shouldn't have. Accepting that you were silent when you should have shouted. Accept that you cried inside for a long time. Accept, not to accommodate the pain, but to transform, to transmute, to say with my whole soul, yes, I went through it all, and I'm still here, and now I know who I am. This is why you feel so much connection with hurting people, because you see in them what you once were, because you recognize the empty look, the weight in the chest, the silence loaded with meanings. But unlike many, you don't turn away. You extend your hand, you hold the space, you listen with your heart, because your own pains taught you not to judge, not to rush the other person's process, trusting each other's time. And perhaps right now, you are going through another one of these phases. Maybe you are feeling lost, more sensitive, more vulnerable. Maybe you're seeing people move away, cycles close, doors lock, and all of this may be making you doubt again. But listen, this is just another layer being peeled back. This is just another old part of you dying, and you already know how it works. Something new is being born. So if you have come this far and felt that this message reached you, that it spoke to what you cannot put into words, write in the comments, "My wounds are sacred," or "I transform pain into wisdom." Share, if you want, a wound that taught you something that is now part of who you are. This might inspire someone who is in the midst of pain and still can't see light. If this message helped you see your journey with more spiritual clarity, leave a like now. This shows the algorithm that this type of content has value and needs to reach more people in awakening. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. In the next video, we'll dive even deeper into how to use your wounds as portals of healing for you and those walking alongside you. Your process matters. Your soul has a purpose, and everything you've experienced so far is about to turn into strength. If you have come this far feeling that something inside you is moving in an intense, profound, and even difficult to explain way, know that this is not just an isolated emotional process. It is the manifestation of an ancient spiritual activation connected to something that is above your rational understanding, but that directly touches your soul. Scorpio is not a common sign. You already understand this in practice, and now, at this point in the journey, it's time to start remembering the real reason you feel so much, realize so much, carry so much. because it was never random, it was never an exaggeration. It has always been part of a hidden mission that is slowly beginning to reveal itself. A time ago, long before this life, your soul accepted a spiritual agreement, a calling, a purpose that was not visible to the eyes of the world, but that was sealed with strength and truth on the invisible plane. This mission has to do with collective formation, with silent healing, with the energetic work that happens behind the scenes of reality. Scorpio was chosen among many to be the guardian of certain portals. Portals that connect the visible world with the subtle world. Portals that open not with words but with vibration, with presence, with truth. And that's why you feel the pain of the collective, even when you're silent. That's why you sense tragedies, even before you know the facts. That's why you need moments of isolation, of recalibration, of getting away from the noise of the world, because you are constantly going through energetic layers that few people could withstand. Edgar Cayce, one of the greatest spiritual intuitives of the last century, said that Scorpios were programmed to be reborn several times within the same lifetime, as part of a plan that would connect them with the cleansing of heavy energies that affect humanity. This means that, without even knowing it, you are acting as a channel of purification. When you enter a room and feel like crying, even without a reason, it's because your field has captured a pain there. When you start having seemingly unexplained emotional crises, you may be cleaning out something that wasn't even yours. You are a portal in the form of a person, a channel between worlds, a spiritual sensor. And this intensifies in December. The portals of time open more during this period. And as if the natural sensitivity of your sign wasn't enough, you are now being exposed to a major recalibration of the collective energetic plan. While many people still live in distractions, you are being pulled towards the truth. While the world entertains itself with the superficial, you are listening to the call of the essential. This can feel lonely, confusing, even scary. But listen, you're not going crazy. You are awakening. And whoever awakens first feels more, carries more, suffers more, but also guides more. This mission is not comfortable. It's not pretty, and it won't always be recognized. Scorpios who carry this high frequency will almost always be misunderstood, because your look goes further, because its presence disarms, because you activate memories in other people that they are not yet ready to access. That's why they often try to silence you. Therefore, you may have been rejected, criticized, misunderstood by people who simply could not bear the truth that your energy carries. But this rejection is also part of the mission. She protects you. It makes you stronger. It isolates you so you can remember who you really are. No outside influence, no outside voices telling you what you should or shouldn't be. Scorpios often feel out of place since childhood, as if there was something different, but without knowing what, as if they knew more than they should, as if they saw too much. This is also part of the agreement. You came with this heightened sensitivity, with this expanded perception, because it was necessary, because the mission demands it. But this also means that you will need to learn to protect yourself, to filter, to take care of your energy field seriously. You can't live like others. You cannot ignore your internal cycles. You can't pretend you don't feel it. It makes you sick. It takes you away from who you are. And now, with the celestial movements of this December activating the spiritual gifts of the Scorpio sign, this mission begins to take shape. You may already be feeling this. More intense dreams, synchronistic encounters, messages arriving through different channels, an uncontrollable need to change your life, profession, relationships. All of these are signs that your role on the spiritual plane is being activated, and you don't need to understand everything at once, but you have to allow it. You need to say yes. You need to remember that you were chosen, not for superiority, but for ancestral preparation, because you've been here before, because your soul has already been through other lives where it learned exactly what it needs now. And that doesn't mean your life will be perfect from here on out. On the contrary, when a Scorpio goes on a mission, the universe tests their strength. Remove what doesn't work. It exposes what was hidden. It puts you face to face with your deepest shadows, because you need to be clean, available, present. And this spiritual cleansing sometimes hurts more than any physical pain. But it also frees you, purifies you, connects you with what no distraction in the world can give you. Purpose. You have a rare gift. that of traversing the invisible, to walk between worlds, to translate what is not said, to feel what has not yet been revealed. And if you've come this far listening to all this with an open heart, it's because you already know this, because you've already felt it. Maybe not with these words, but with the same truth vibrating within you. And now it's time to take over, to recognize, to accept, not with pride, but with spiritual humility, because this mission is not about you. It's about what happens through you. You are a channel, a mirror, an activator. Your presence changes the environment. Your energy heals. But this only happens when you live in coherence with your essence, when you stop hiding, when you stop molding yourself to the expectations of others, when you look in the mirror and say, yes, I remember who I am. Yes, I accept the mission I carry. Yes, I walk between worlds. Yes, I clean what many don't have the strength to see. And if at that moment you felt that all this makes sense, even without knowing why, if something inside you is getting emotional, getting goosebumps opening up, then write here in the comments, I accept my mission, or I walk between worlds. Share a feeling, a dream, a recent experience that made you feel like something bigger is happening. Because when you share, you activate, you confirm, you place yourself in a conscious channel position. Leave a like if this message touched you in any way. This helps this video reach other Scorpios who, like you, are awakening now and need reassurance to remember that they are not alone. If you are not yet registered, sign up now and activate the bell. In the next video, we'll go even deeper into the signs that your mission has already begun, even if you don't know what to name it yet. The journey continues, and the call is now. If you have come this far, to these last words that vibrate like a spiritual echo within your consciousness, it is because something in you has been activated. It wasn't just curiosity. It wasn't just a video. It was a calling. It was a frequency that found resonance in your field. Because people like you don't stumble upon messages like this by chance. Everything has a time, and that time is now. If your heart beat faster, if your skin crawled at certain points, if tears came without you knowing how to explain it, then no, this is not just an emotional response. It is a sign that your soul has recognized the truth behind the words. What you felt is not fantasy. It's the energy of your mission, realigning with the spiritual mission of your sign. Scorpio did not come to Earth to live superficially. You have been shaped by the deep waters of transformation, guided by invisible forces that demand courage, presence, and surrender. Every time you tried to deny it, your energy became heavy. Every time you got stuck in shallow places, you got sick inside. Every time you ignored the signs, they came back stronger. And now, at this moment, you are being asked to do something different. The spiritual journey of an awakened Scorpio is not linear. It is cyclical, dense, silent. But that's exactly why it's so powerful. You are not here to stand out because of your appearance. You are here to touch the invisible structures of reality, to bring to light what is hidden, to heal, not only yourself, but also the collective, through your presence, your perception, your delivery. But this only manifests when you accept who you are, when you stop running away from your truth, when you understand that it is not your past that defines your value, but the spiritual strength you carry in the now. If everything you've experienced to date has made you doubt your mission, it's time to change that perception. It's not that you were lost, you were being stoned. Each wound, each cycle of loss, each symbolic death that you faced was a deep training so that today, at this very moment, you would have the structure to carry this high spiritual frequency. You are not a victim, you are initiated, and your pain was the price of admission to accessing gifts that few could bear. You know that constant feeling of not belonging? That perception that you see things that others don't see? What do you feel pain that is not yours? Why do you carry an intensity that no one understands? Don't try to run away from it anymore. This intensity is the portal. This sensitivity is your spiritual weapon. This discomfort with the superficial is your guide. When you begin to accept these characteristics, rather than rejecting them, your field begins to expand. You begin to vibrate with more clarity, more strength, more direction, and everything around you starts to change. Scorpio's hidden mission in December is this: to transform everything that seemed like a weight into a tool. Everything that seemed like weakness turned into a gift. Everything that seemed like punishment on purpose You are being calibrated to a new level of spiritual performance, and that requires attention. It requires discernment. It demands that you take care of what you consume, what you think, who you allow into your field. You can no longer leave your energy at the mercy of any frequency. You are being prepared to be a channel, and a clean channel needs constant awareness. Perhaps you are going through a period of disruption, losses, separations, endings. Maybe you're feeling everything falling apart around you. If this is happening, it is cute with attention. Nothing is falling apart for no reason. Everything is being reorganized so you can enter the next phase of your mission without the old burdens. December is a month of energy reprogramming, and Scorpio, as a sign ruled by Pluto, is called to enter this process with courage. It is a deep, silent, non-transferable call. Only you can cross this portal, and that is why now, more than ever, you need to anchor this frequency. You need to seal this awakening. It needs to leave an energetic trail in the world, even if subtle, because every word, every choice, every conscious intention you emit now reverberates on the invisible plane as a confirmation. You are ready. Therefore, write in the comments, "I carry this energy," or "I accept my mission." These words are not just letters thrown on a screen. They are spiritual seals. They are keys that release layers of your energy field. When you write with awareness, you activate a frequency. You put yourself in readiness. And more than that, you also inspire other people who are going through the same process, but still don't have clarity. Your testimony could be the mirror that another soul needed to remember who they are. You can also share a dream, a synchronicity, a sign you felt in the last few days, something that confirmed this calling within you. Write truthfully, write with presence, write with soul. Remember, the spiritual world listens, and each word loaded with intention is a silent prayer that rises to the heavens like sacred smoke. If this message touched you on some level, if you felt that it translated something that was pulsing inside you and had no form yet, leave a like now. This shows the universe and the algorithm that this content has value, that it needs to reach more people, more Scorpios, more searchers who are awakening now. If you are not yet subscribed to the channel, subscribe now. Activate the bell so you don't miss the next videos, because this spiritual journey does not end here. Quite the opposite. She's just getting started, and in the next video, we're going to go into another frequency. A new portal will open. Let us reveal the heavenly calling of Sagittarius, the archer of divine truth. A completely different energy, but deeply complementary. And if you are a Scorpio and have Sagittarians around you, you will understand how these forces interact and what the universe wants to teach you with this. So now, take a deep breath, feel what vibrates inside you, and before leaving this video, write, "I am ready," or "My energy has awakened." Feel each word as a spiritual affirmation. The energy that brought you here is the same that will take you forward. The next step is being prepared. The journey continues, and you already know, when the invisible speaks, Scorpio feels it. If you've made it this far to the end of this video, that already says a lot about you. You are not just anyone. You are someone who feels, who seeks, who listens to the call of the invisible with an open heart. And if this journey made sense to you, now is the time to seal that connection. First, subscribe to the channel. This isn't just a click, it's a step on your spiritual journey. Here, each video is a portal, a message, a frequency prepared for those who are ready to remember who they really are. Activate the bell too, because what comes next will further deepen what you started to awaken here. Now, if you stayed until the end, comment below, "I walk with conscience." This phrase will serve as an energetic seal, a symbol that you heard, felt, and are ready to live what was revealed. And of course, leave your like, not just for me, but to show the universe and the algorithm that this message has value, that it needs to reach other awakening Scorpios, other souls who are ready to remember their mission. And don't leave now. Watch the next video that appears here on the left side of your screen. In it, we will explore the spiritual calling of Sagittarius, the sign that shoots arrows of truth, direction, and revelations. The connection between Scorpio and Sagittarius is deeper than you might think. Click there now and stay with me on this journey, because whoever feels, continues, and the next step is already waiting for you.